Hello everyone, back with Fate Grand Order, Atlantis, and today is the day, I think, maybe, based off the title. I think we might be killing Odysseus today? The chapter's name is Maiden of Monsters, who is, I think that's either referring to the Echidna or Chiome, which kind of both at this point. Technician of Steel, Odysseus, and the Angel of Assassination, Charlotte. Come on, she has to kill him, right? Like, that will be her contribution to the plot. Which makes a lot of sense to the narrative, because, like, it's the one thing Odysseus would overlook. Oh, we have this sorted by login? What else? 60 St. Quartz Roma. Oh, yeah, Rome. You know what? Believe. We got Dioscuri last time. 1 quartz. That's all we do. Just 1. Also water brick. That's not Roma. This is not Rome. Yeah, so he's on Olympus. I think he's like... I was gonna say your main ally, but I think it's Musashi. I don't know. I think Edmund might be the good call here. Well, Lancer? Yeah, I think this is just like random monsters. Section 23. Already said it. Earlier. Where's he cutting to? Shigome? Is this inside the... Yeah, okay. Yeah. Seeing this is it for me. I'm going to die. Just kidding! Well, not entirely. I really am very close to dying. But I'm not dead just yet. Servants vanish when they die, after all. People die when they are killed. It's only by remaining alive that I was able to be fed to the Echidna. No, what I'm about to suggest is crazy. So if you feel... How did Jason know, how... He's not that smart, so feel free to ignore it, but... Do you have any interest in becoming a Trojan horse? We're using Odysseus' plan against him. Pardon? Honestly, I'd say the odds are about 10,000 to 1. That's assuming everything goes as planned. He predicted they would be ambushed. And that Chiome would be... That's a little too far-fetched. Tactician would never rely on a bet with 10,000 to 1 odds of success. This is much more akin to gambling than strategy. But the good news is, we took that bet, and we won. Though I must say he has some gall asking me to do this after when he knows my history. I don't know her history. What did she do? Are you telling me to curse myself? What in the world was he thinking? My true name is Mochizuki Chiome. I hereby sacrifice myself to my ancestor, Koga Saburo, the curse cast upon him at the sacred Mount Ibuki. Come to me, great Orochi. I'll inherit the cursed clothes of the underworld. Yuimon, return my body to its serpentine form. On Samael Satoban, as the curse overtakes my body, so shall my body return to its bestial nature. Next I'll infuse it with the Echidna. Let my ferocious feral instincts take over, birth a vast host of monsters. May not be able to control the Echidna, but I can join with it, and in turn prevent anyone from controlling it. So from this point on, this creature is no longer a weapon. It is but a living calamity, but equally deadly to friend and foe alike. Farewell, everyone. If this cursed body of mine can be of use to humanity, no regrets whatsoever about sacrificing it. Now go, my beastly child. Give birth to more and wreak havoc on all you see. There's no longer anything holding you back. Sink your fangs into whatever is close at hand. Okay, so she did get a cool speech, okay. When I absorbed my proper human history counterpart, the only thing he gave me was information. Thought that was enough at the time. As long as I knew our enemy's origins and stories, that was all that'd be all I needed, or so I believed. I see now that by deliberately giving me only information, the other Odysseus tried to ensure that I wouldn't take things like emotions or principles into my calculations. He prevented me from seeing that proper human nature's true strength lies not in thoughts, but its emotions. This battlefield is about to become quite messy, and I'll put Kaigon through no small amount of hardships. Gathering up the remaining demonic beasts and have them fight the creatures the echidna is birthing. What was emotional about that exactly? I mean, isn't that like exactly what he's been doing, sacrificing someone so that we can get an advantage? He's just trying to sound cool, don't worry about it. Increase the security on Nemesis Island's landing points. Hurry! Yes, sir! Maybe I should have sent out the Olympian soldiers after all. No. I was the one who decided these military assets would suffice, so I'll go out to fight with them myself. Bring me to the last Cerberus. Bring me the last Cerberus. But sir, that Cerberus has gone berserk too. I'll bring him to heal. Alright, managed to get one over on Odysseus. This is as far as that goes. Thinking all this hard thinking is going to give me a fever. Anyway, I did what I had to. There goes with her. What? Come on, the Mystic Code is draining him. Come on, it has to be. Anyway, I did what I had to. It goes with her. However it goes with her is none of my concern anymore. I can read. Okay, time for me to do my part. From now on, don't worry about me, and don't worry about Jason anymore either. Happens to us, happens. Horsey, your job is to get to Nemesis Island, and mine is to get you there. That's all there is to it. What will you do afterwards? I'm still a pirate, even with all these dashing good looks. If I have to die, much rather be at sea than on land. Once you get to land, Magicardo, be counting on you to watch out for Master. I will. I didn't have many chances to talk to you. You were never the chatty type to begin with. But all the same, I know I can put my full trust in you. Horsey, can you hear me? Nemo! I mean, Captain. Those new Lamia have started devouring the Lamia that were chasing us around. Betting we can thank Mochizuki Chiyome for that. At any rate, we're now a lot freer to act. Keep sailing straight ahead, Royal Fortune. We'll cover you with our torpedoes. Got it. Royal Fortune, over and out. I get the distinct impression my thunder was just stolen. Yeah, that's his line. Alright, my beautiful Royal Fortune. Let's be on our way. One way or another, this will be your final voyage. Oh, that's a death flag. You're gonna sail with us to Olympus, Bartholomew, don't you worry. As much as I love this ship, I'm afraid her rigging isn't all that great, so our only chance is to keep sailing back and forth as we try to force our way through the middle. Hard to port. There's Serpentine. Serpentine. Chiyome would love that. Magicardo, open up the sails. As luck would have it, we've got a storm headed our way, so we'll use the tailwind to make a figurative run for it. Our only choices are to sink or to make it to the island. The storm? Oh, what caused this? It started raining like crazy. Try your best not to slip. Okay, here comes the first enemy formation. Hard to starboard. More enemy ships are drawing near. Waiting your orders, Master. Okay, further fight. I don't know if we're actually going to fight Odysseus. So, I imagine we'll fight the last Cerberus. And what's the third fight? 0 AP? I don't think Odysseus was in the game, like even half finished like Canis was. Okay. Isn't this like the exact people we fought last chapter? I'm gonna do the exact same thing I did last time, use the attack up. Like so. Okay. I'm still betting on Charlotte assassinating the Odysseus, which is probably why we don't fight him. You know, one stab in the back. Oh. In the front? I don't know what Ignoble Phantasm does. But it's an entirely safe bet she'll be coming back this chapter, given the name of it. Fatal Battle. My eyes were crossed for a second, so I read that a 700k. I was like, holy cow. That would be scary. We'd be here all day. With Edmund, at least. Probably faster to just go switch to Napoleon. Or you say Shotogan. I got it to level 80 recently. So, like, that's usable territory. Well, I guess it depends on her scaling, huh? Because depending on what kind of scaling she has, that could be, like, actually kind of bad. Well, bad. Missing a lot, like 2,000 stats. Well, not quite 2,000, but... Or missing, like, 50 stats. Who cares about S curves or reverse S or whatever? Nobody knows what those mean. I remember I paid attention to that back at the launch of Japanese servers. Back then it was a lot harder to get XP. Because NA never actually had them, but the original dailies were different back then. Like, if you know how nowadays you get like 7 golds and 2 silvers on average from a like level 40 AP hand daily? I think back then the average was like 7 silvers, 2 gold for a 40 AP, which which is a lot harder to do back then because you didn't have leveled up servants, because you didn't have XP. You started to get XP because you see, and they didn't give out like dailies nowadays give out like a free golden XP. I think back then it was just a free bronze. Immediately before the battle. It's an archer. You think that's Chiron? Still need to evade the enemy at least twice. I don't see how we can pull it off. Where is this ring coming from? It's not Nemo, is it? Like, Triton? Could be Poseidon, I guess? But like, he's like, Drake killed his brain equivalent, right? But I don't think it's him. Paris! Yes, I'm here. Oh, I see. You want me to come down. Got it. Don't worry about that, Bartholomew. I know what I have to do. Protect our trump card. Master, that is. No matter what. Even at the expense of my own life. Death flag. That's fine. I can do that. Big Brother always said I was the kind of person who gets stronger under pressure. This is the most pressure I've ever been under since the last days of the Trojan War. True, you do shine brighter whenever you're backed into a corner. Little pow and then, now and then would only add to your appeal. Question mark? Sure that sheep isn't evil? Of course he isn't, just look how cute he is! I don't know if that's the word I'd use. What is Manjicardo's role in all of this? I haven't really considered that. Like, is he just gonna make it to us to Olympus? Or, like, the only thing I could see him actually doing is fight Odysseus? But, I mean, that's kind of Charlotte's thing, right? Or is he gonna kill Manjicardo and Charlotte stabs him in the back just in time? I don't know. Second enemy formation. Some are fighting demonic beasts, so if we play our cards right, might be able to win until they take each other out. Got it. Let's come up with a plan that takes all that into account. Okay, filler battle. I'll go. Is Skadi... You can use Paris now. I don't know why anyone would do that, but you can. This stream's been working, so don't fix what isn't broken. Oh, you can change the appearance of battle characters? Wow, crazy, dude. Oh, I got a text message. Who's it from? Oh, I didn't get a text. What? It's a prank. Just a prank, bro. I've been tricked. What's this? Triggers debuff stampede. Do you think that helps or hurts us? It says Well, let's just one shot him, not find out. This says triggers debuff. Is that debuff on them or debuff on us? Or both. Oh, come on. I guess we'll find out, huh? Can you tell by the color? Oh. Like, if it's blue, does that mean it's bad for the... I don't know. I've never paid attention to that. Maybe. When in doubt, the answer's maybe. Let's do that. He should kill the berserkers here. So that's the one we should definitely hit. What's causing the rain though? Like, that is way too sudden to just be random, right? Who's the Greek god of rain? Like, is it Poseidon? Because, you know, seas? Or... Oh, that's a Hydra. Is it like Demeter? Because she... Well, no? She's like... I don't know. Harvest? I was thinking here because, you know, she made winter. I'm assuming she didn't do in the Nasuverse. That. Not a good hand. Either one. Good crit though. Oh, good luck. Oh, hey, yeah, okay, that's what Stampede does. Gonna use this. And give me those stars. I believe in you, Edmund. Oh, come on! 4 missing stars, all of them on Edmund. And I think Avengers just have a low star weight, right? I don't think casters have a high one, but Avengers being low, you know, it's bad. I think Riders have a very high one. Remember way back in the day, my team would... Like, Marie Antoinette was always on my front line, and I used a lot of Vlad and Tamamo Cat, I think. I know for a while I used Tamamo Cat, thinking she was better than Vlad, because I read that online. But then, you know, Vlad's obviously the best servant in the game, so that's just false. Okay. Oh, post panel. I think we would have that. Alright. Way to go, buddy! High five. Thanks. I'm kinda jealous. Then again, you and I are even closer than friends, aren't we, Lord Apollo? Of course. Fair to say we're more than friends. Even more than lovers. Wait, what? Oh, yeah, they hooked their anchor onto the Royal Fortune. Wait, were you talking about that or that? It's really digging into the hole. Crap. Now they're boarding the Fortune. Hi, doggy. It's a Cerberus! Paris! Ah! Oh. Why you? Paris, are you okay? I'm sorry. I don't think he is. Don't cry, Paris. It's gonna be okay. It looks like he won't be fighting again anytime soon. How did this happen? That Chiyome made the echidna go berserk. Simple. Now controlling it myself. Is that... you? It's you! Oh no. He's hot! And you can see it. He took off his shirt! So, you're Horsey. I mean, he's just giving us... We can just stab him in the chest now. It's over. You're Magicardo Paris Bartholomew and Mashu Light. I am Odysseus. The Lost Belt servant entrusted with defending Atlantis. End of battle. This next one is probably 0 AP, I think. Let's see. Oh, no. Oh, is he in the game? It's a writer, so... Okay. The man in the storm stands tall, as cold and unmoving as steel. He can barely breathe under his piercing gaze. Is this me? It feels like he's looking right through me. As one of Troy's most formidable enemies, Paris should hate him more than anyone. He can only cower in fear. This man standing before us says neither good nor evil. Like, Manji Kaido fighting him would also make sense because, you know, the Hector thing. But Charlotte has to be the one to stab him. There's something too fundamentally different about him for that. It's almost like he's from another species entirely. Above all else, he's frightening. Terrifies me to my core. Loud car outside. There's no need for formalities. We both played our hand as best we could. All that remains now is to let fate decide the winning victor. Fate. Grand Order. Fate, Grand Order? Which side is superior? Which one of us is superior? Where do we fall short and how? I could stand here and list proper human history's flaws all day. I could point out reasons why our lost belt should be pruned. But none of that matters now. The only way to determine who will win this now is through battle. I have been chosen by the gods for that very purpose. Aha, now I see. That might be where I made my mistake. Perhaps the elation at having been chosen led to arrogance clouding my decisions. Oh well. At this point, none of that matters. Every regret and humiliation I have suffered today can and will be made up for this in battle. For in order to win, all we need to do is kill you, Horsey. Yeah, that's not happening. We're gonna beat you. Just watch us. And Paris bleeds out. Blah. You have nothing further to contribute. You're already out of the fight. So what? Maybe I can't fight anymore, but that doesn't mean I can fall back here. Even if it means I have to slog through the same desperation I felt the last time I fought you. Paris! Well said, Paris. I think this time I can lend you a bit of my power. Please do, Lord Apollo. He's gonna use all of his power, shoot him, and die. It's quite certain that I had avoided underestimating any of you. Still, I'm impressed you made it so far, weak as you all are. We handsome men of the sea laugh at danger. From where I stand, you're just another wave waiting to be crested over. None of you will be cresting over anything. I'll never reach Olympus as long as I breathe. Prepare for battle. Here they come. Get ready to fight, Master. This will be our last stand on the sea. Let's go. Great. I promise I'll do my best. Just turn the volume up. Oh, so we can't use Paris, huh? What do you think? Skadi and AoE Assassin? Well, we're shooting. And Midokris? I mean, shooting's better in this case, right? Or Gray. But in that case, we don't really want Skadi. Can we put it on Tamamo? Yeah. Bless me. And let's... Not Kiara. This is tough because I don't know what kind... Is this going to be one wave with him? Is it going to be 3 waves, 2 waves? We don't know. That's why it's tricky. It works. At least you shoot him to get down the random enemies. and King Hassan and Vlad can take care of Odysseus. Positive adjustment will be done to the target's attack up. Yeah, okay. Makes sense to me. 2 waves, okay. Oh, that's actually a lot of HP, isn't it? I'd say that's worth NPing over. Okay. I don't know how much damage this will do. But let's... I think this is an NP. Just charge them all up. I think that's just how I kind of have to operate with Tamamo. Oh, did we use the arts up? I don't know if we did. Yeah, we did. Okay. Yeah, bad thing about shooting. She can't loop. Not at all. I think we'd go for the arts. I really should have used shooting skills already, huh? No, that's probably a bad idea not to use them. You know, Tamamo. That curse is... It did work, actually. Let's use that this turn, so just dump everything. Didn't they buff this one? Yeah. Increase MP strength of all allies. Oh! That's not bad. Still doesn't make up for... Oh, right. Like, Tamamo's biggest flaw, which is her lack of... like, giving Noble Phantasm to her teammates. Caster Artoria totally has her beat there. Well, that's just not Tamamo's purpose, though. Tamamo's meant for long, drawn-out fights. Well, Caster Artoria is best for looping. Okay. Let's do that. And Odysseus time, right? Watch it just be Cerberus. Fatal battle. Oh, it is. Oh, we don't actually fight him. I was a genius who's right. Incapitation immune? Oh, I read that as decapitation. Incapacitation. Okay. It's stuns and stuff. I assume. Okay, just chain those Noble Phantasms. Little boring, but it'll get the job done. So Charlotte has to be coming up to stab him, right? I guess the big question is, will he kill people before that happens? I could even see him killing everyone on the ship except for Monster. It wouldn't be good, but like even Magicardo is just kind of disposable at this point, right? Like Bartholomew, he's death flag galore. Come on, he's dead. Paris, you know, was injured just now, so come on, they're dead. And then that just leaves Magicardo, who... what else do they have to accomplish? Right? Maybe you'll have a cool scene where he defends us, but he can't do anything against Artemis, right? And I don't see him really having anything special to do against Poseidon. But, you know, he has the Hector connection, who, you know, Trojan War fighting against Odysseus. Oh, what? What's this do? One turn. Okay, so what? One turn, one left, so does that mean it's one... It lasts for one turn and it... I don't know. I'm confused. Might as well just use Shunins anyway. Oh, do that first. For the art chain. Okay, okay, excellent. Because usually if it lasts for only, like, if it's not a one-hit break, it'll just say one turn remaining. It won't say one left, one turn. But also, that's just kind of weird. That it lists both. Because it usually doesn't use both. Savage ass. There she is. Shut up, Tamamo. Shut up. Stop moaning. You're gonna get this, I don't know. You're gonna be banned off YouTube. Well, invincible being... It's a burn during your normal attacks. Okay, that's... He's charged by one each turn. Yeah, let's do this. Maybe you should have gone for the waiver, like Arch Chain, but... Well, actually, I mean, there'd be no downside for doing so because he has invincible, actually. Okay, yeah, that was a mistake. I guess we get slightly more stars out of this. I guess. Oh, what was Protective Bombardment? I didn't see what that did. Has that been going on this whole time? I assume that's in Just keep going, dude. You got it. Let's go for the kill. Yeah. I don't know if this will quite be enough, but it'll be close. Sorry, servers, you're going in doggy jail. Going to the pound. You're a very bad boy. Okay, yeah, killed it. Good job, shooter. You know, with buffs, it actually hurts quite a bit. I mean, they shooting did that much damage. I guess it's the stacking defense down, right? Plus just Tamamo. Okay, Odysseus, time to die. Well, it might happen next chapter, honestly, but Charlotte's gonna show up at the end of this chapter. We've been hitting it over and over, but it just won't stop moving. This is pretty rough. Uh-oh. I can still fight. No, you can't. Bartholomew and Paris are nearly done for. So I guess it's all up to me to hang in there. Ignore Basho. She doesn't matter. Overload the Poseidon clear Nomia. Prepare for detonation. Ah, crap. He's gonna blow himself up and his men up just to take us out. Not if I have anything to say about it. Knock him into the water. You're not going anywhere. Why are you doing this? If that thing explodes, it'll kill all of you, too. Defending Olympus is our sworn duty. Our lives are a small price to pay to fulfill our duty. Every one of these soldiers has long dreamed of one day ascending to Olympus. For them, even death is a form of salvation. That's messed up, Odysseus. You can't just toss away innocent lives on the gods say-so when they don't even really understand the situation. You're our enemy. Your judgment means nothing to us. My duty is to ensure we prevail over all of you. Nothing more. So I'll use all that I must to secure victory. And that's why you've lost, Lord Odysseus. Charlotte? You may know all about how to use people, but you know nothing of how to love them anymore. Not when your beloved Penelope never even existed in this world. Apollo? Le Rêve Insolé. Oh, that's Charlotte. Right? I think that's the name of it. That sounded French. Ah. Heh. Did you think I would fail to notice your absence? On what? Have you forgotten that we are connected by virtue of being master and servant? That connection still holds even if you have abandoned your loyalty to me. So you took a small boat to come here on your own. What? You saw what? No! Suppose you deserve some credit for managing to hide your intent to kill me up to the last moment. But in the end, that's all you were able to do. Charlotte! Master. Farewell, my servant. What? No, it's a red hair. Well, that's not the right term for it. You guy! Pardon my French. Did you truly expect to catch me off guard with such a pathetic attempt at a sneak attack? The only thing you managed to do is send that servant to an early... Le Rêve Insolio. Got him. What? Impossible. How are you alive? He knows she has the Athena Clearonomia. I was sure. I killed you. You did. I always knew that a sneak attack would never work on you. You were sure to be wary of an assassination attempt the moment you realized I was nowhere to be seen. After all, the fact that I'm an assassin, even a lowly and pathetic one, meant there's always a chance I could turn the tables on you. And if you're ever going to leave yourself open to me, it could only be because of how you underestimated me. You thought you knew my abilities inside and out. So you ignored the possibility that I might attack you more than once. What do you mean? I gave myself a new skill when I received the Athena Clearonomia. A special skill that let me act even after I died. Battle continuation. I see. I didn't realize how far you were willing to go to achieve victory. I misjudged your tenacity. But you would also do well not to misjudge mine. He's gonna aim for us. Lady Artemis, I won't restrain you any longer. I've just sent the signal to fire your primary cannon. So, there was someone I loved in proper human history. Wonder what she was like. He summoned the game? Phew. Charlotte! Question mark? Oh, I'm sorry. Afraid I'm kinda useless right now. What do you mean? The battle continuation I acquired from the Athena Clearonomia is a little different from the usual one. Is she dead or not dead? It only lets me act until I manage to kill Odysseus. Oh. So I can't remember anything about any of you anymore. Not your names? What? Oh, come on! You can't play ever present. Nope. Nope. Screw you, Nasu. In fact, I don't even remember why I wanted to kill him so badly in the first place anymore. This is... Anyway, I'm glad it seems I was able to help you all out, even if I don't remember why. I really don't remember why I did all this. But for some reason, it's one feeling I still remember. Remember I wanted to be useful to someone. I don't remember that person's name, what they look like, or anything about them anymore. But I remember I loved them so much. So much that I didn't even think twice about sacrificing my life or my memories to help them. Tears fell down my cheeks. I don't even know what I'm shouting anymore. Can't believe I'm so worked up over someone I don't even recognize. Never would have dreamed I'd be doing something like this one day. But what else could I do? There's something I wanted to accomplish even if it cost me my life. There's no point in living. I want to make sure those who are alive never forget me. Gruesome, horrible, incredibly painful feelings come spilling out of me. I wanted to stick my knife into someone. I wanted to hack away at them. I wanted them to bleed. I wanted that, even if I left terrible, ghastly scars. Even if it meant I would have to say goodbye to them forever. Because those scars are the only mark I could leave behind. Whoever this person is, I don't want them to forget me. I want them to put me on a pedestal and remember me as someone better than I really was. I want them to remember me so vividly they'll wake up with a start in the dead of night, thinking of me. I want them to make sure they'll never forget about plain, ordinary Charlotte Corday. I'm sorry. Whoever you are, I'm so sorry. I know this is incredibly unfair and selfish and cruel of me, but all the same, I hope you'll let me go. After all, you're my first love. Love so great and all-encompassing, it felt like it would swallow me whole. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye forever, my love. I hope you have a wonderful life. Charlotte! Screw you, Nasu. Stupid waifu bait gotcha game. Love that swallowed her whole, huh? Horsey, I know this is a lot to ask of you right now. You need to hang in there a little longer. Keep your feet firmly planted on the ground. Mondri Carter's still alive. Yeah, you're right. Good. Master. Oh. Oh, hey. Yeah. What, you think they just gave up after Odysseus died? I thought this battle was over. Heck no. Not by a long shot. We all swore to Lord Odysseus that we'd devote our lives to this war. Death is nothing for us to fear. Now come on. Let's go. Dang it! That guy Odysseus even planned beyond his own death. If we stay here too long, we'll all get caught up in Artemis's blast. We have to get to Nemesis Island before that happens. Now. Do it now. What are they talking about? Stuff! Pardon my French. Letting to blow up the ship's engine. Mondricardo, get that anger off my ship. Need to get out of here. Now. We're so close! Oh, I roleplay as Gudo, who doesn't say bad words. He doesn't want to disappoint Mashu. Gotta go pull it off, right? Oh, no, you don't. Oh, come on, just a little longer. There, the engine's all set to blow. Great work. Crap. Where's the get beyond Mashu? Mashu, I'm gonna do my best to contain the blast. Understood. Releasing True Name. Frozen deployment. I'll hit him with my noble phantasm. Just hope the shockwave doesn't come back this way. Is it gonna be enough to contain it? I don't know. I hope it is, but... Out of the way! What? Who is this? Achilles? Oh, Jason! Yargo. Jason, you son of a gun! There, that got the anchor off. Now come on, get out of the way already. You got it. Hard to port! Hey, Jason? What about... Jason? What about... No. What's your Mystic Code do? You're gonna tell us! You don't have time to be worried about me, you idiot. Just go. Hurry! You're not going anywhere. After them. Don't you go dragging them down now, you fools. You already lost. Just accept it. Stilly? As it still feels to say something cliched. Silly. Typo. You want to get to them, you'll have to go through me first. Get out of our way, you pathetic weakling of a soldier. Excuse the heck out of me for being born weak. Shut down the engine before it blows. Dang it, we're too late. Dang it. Always did have the worst luck. He's not dead, he has the Mystico. He's not dead. Nope. Jason! No way did he escape. Nope, he has the Mystico. Don't get all sappy on me. He has the Mystico that we still have no idea what it does. Meaning, it has hidden explosion resistance. He couldn't possibly have survived. He lost a good ship today. Jason? I thought I was done for! Okay, thank you for not drawing that out. You're alive? Believe me, I'm as surprised as you are. It was way too close for comfort, but yes, I'm still alive. That's it, I'm not going to be much use for a while after taking the blast right in the back. Can't move, so I'm going to sleep. The Yargo did well hanging me in this long. This is as far as it goes. The rest of you can take it from here. Good night. Will do. Now that we have a clear path forward, all that's left is to follow it. Full speed ahead, like a storm. As a certain captain to whom we owed a great deal would say, the wild hunt's about to begin. Is that what Drake would say? I think that's a normal phantasm, right? Maybe? I think? Something like that. Quartz and... what? Oh, Fragment of a Twinkling Star. That's a cool name. I have no idea who need... oh, Section 24. The Hunter Who Pierces the Goddess, Part 1. Yeah, it's the Orion Artemis HC next episode. That's... okay, yeah. So Part 2 is probably 25, meaning... okay, so 24, 25 Artemis, and then 26 Poseidon. Okay. Yeah, I'll see you guys next time. I think I'm going to take a break. Maybe I'll do this one today. Maybe. We'll see. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.